That's funny.
Bro.
Hello, people. Hello. What a time to start. What a time to
Indeed.
start.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness, let me get everything in the space. But welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Yaadie Anime Experience. Woo!
Woo!
Pow, 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 pow.
Oh my. Alright.
I'm,
So,
I'm giving excitement.
yes,
Giving.
I'm glad I have everything
That's
pulled
one.
up now. So, did y'all miss us? We are back
You
with
better.
episode 5. You know, we're here
Yeah.
to bring you the latest on anime, gaming, art, and Jamaican modern pop culture streaming right here on TikTok and YouTube. I'm your nightly host, Silver Neko, and with me is my amazing co-host, Ming. Today we have a unique-ish episode, and also we have another host for our discussion segment as well, as you can see on the screen.
Bow, bow. And unique-ish is the right word. If you look to your left or down, whichever place he is on the screen right now, you will notice that it's not just the two of us. It is our very special guest, the dad gamer himself. Introduce yourself, sir.
Hey guys, it's your boy Brenton here. That gamer should say admin for the AnimeCom team. And aka Noobie Player.
That's all your introduction is? That's it?
That's how you're gonna start it off? That's
With a
crazy.
one-time special.
That's it?
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
welcome, Noobie Player, or as we know you as Brenton. Please tell us, what do you do for AnimeCom? What is your role on the board?
What do you do?
Oh, my main role is head of security, but even though I'm head of security, we always help each other out, go around, assist as much as we possibly can to make sure that our event is great, special for everyone.
And he always makes sure we're safe and sound, always going above and beyond, keeping us there. We also call, this is why I'm getting the name Strongman Brenton as well. You have an next
Wow.
name. Not only that gamer, but he's also Strongman Brenton.
Leave me alone.
There's the reason. Now you guys know. Now you know.
Oh boy, what do we have in store for our episode this week, Ming?
Okay, so first off, we want to thank our dad gamer here, Brenton, for coming and joining us for the episode this week. We want
Happy
to
to be
welcome,
here.
and we're so happy to have you. We want to welcome you guys back because it was a whole week without us. I know it was so awful. You
I miss
missed us so much. We
miss
missed
y'all.
you too. Damn. No, you have to make them say they missed us first. You can't just come out and
No,
just be like,
I
"Oh,
am
yeah,
going
miss."
to spread the love. I'm going to start the positivity train, okay?
Okay, you know what? You know what? She's the one that's going to be all up front, and I'm going to be the one that did you miss me first? That this is going to
Yeah.
be our dynamic going forward. She's going to be the one like I miss you, and I'm going to be like, did you miss me though? Okay. But yes, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. We are so glad to be back and seeing all of you here. We have a jam-packed episode today. Don't forget to stay tuned for our call-in segment as well, where you can voice your anime opinions. But before we get into all of that, let's catch up on what's been happening in the JA anime and gaming world with the Yaadie Anime Experience. So first thing is first, we are going into Yaadie Anime Experience news. So JEI, National Esports League, held their third rendition of the NESL tournament. The video game festival took place last Saturday, October 26th, at the Summit in New Kingston. They had casual gaming, racing simulators, dancing, food, and of course the main event, the video game tournaments.
And of course, we had to have some of the best gamers in Jamaica compete in games such as Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter 6, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Tekken 8, and what's the last one again? FC24. So shout out to the Jamaica Esports Initiative for this grand event. And of course, we have to say a big shout out to the NESL3 tournament competitors and winners.
Woo! So, let's give a big shout out to these amazing winners. So, for Mortal Kombat 1, we have FCG Butcher. Woo! Woo! Snap, snap, crackle! If I had the applause thing, I would definitely be doing it right now, but I'm not that great yet. Street Fighter 6 was Cross. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate KTG Apex Rose took home the championship. Tekken 8 winner was Raze. FC24 was XG. These are amazing winners, and I hope you guys give them a round of applause, and I hope to see more from them going forward. Again, congrats to all of these winners, and I hope to see you all on the grandest stage of all. What do you think that is now? What do you think? What kind of stage that?
Well, that's certainly taking the sport to new heights, not only for the Caribbean, but of course for Jamaica. In anime news, we have some new anime and manga releases. Goblin Slayer fans, you can look forward to Goblin Slayer: A Day in the Life. After a 4-year hiatus, Fist of the Blue Sky also returns this November. Oh boy.
Ooh, okay. And speaking of hiatus, sadly, as we all know, tragically actually,
Boy.
One Piece. Oh my God, my baby, my child. It's going on a 6-month hiatus. When this happened, it actually crushed my heart because I actually caught up in One Piece, guys. I hadn't watched One Piece anime for years. I was so behind. I was in Whole Cake Island, and I hadn't read the manga in a couple months too, so I was behind in Egghead 2. I decided that, boom, going to watch the anime, catch up, going to read the manga, catch up the literal day I catch up the next day, boom, 6-month hiatus. What?
Oh,
2 weeks hiatus
that's
on manga.
painful.
What? I was like, please no. But just shut down and just going on my bed to sleep. I'm like, I could have just been watching One Piece leisurely, enjoying it. Anyways, enough of my sadness. At least we will be getting the remastered version of, you guessed it, the Fishman Island arc, which is supposed to be really good. So that is something to look forward to as a One Piece fan. And we also have the redoing of One Piece to look forward to, as well as more.
Lots
But
of
tell us
happenings in One Piece for sure.
A lot.
I'm looking. I know the hiatus is happening and it's sad, but I'm also looking forward to what other things they bring to the table for the franchise.
I am too.
I'm wondering if there's any Steins Gate fans in the crowd here, where apparently the anime is making a return with a new game called Steins Gate RE. So that is entirely interesting that we're getting more content from things we haven't seen in a while, right?
I did not think we would be getting anything else from Steins Gate. Like, this was so out of nowhere. Shocking, actually.
And this next point is actually something I personally did not expect in the slightest. Crunchyroll is apparently set to launch and distribute over 40 animes on YouTube premium channels. So apparently, for people looking for a website alternative, that's an option.
But you're still going to have to pay, right?
Yes, I mean it's YouTube premium. But then again, yes, you'd have to pay. But I suspect, I could be wrong, maybe because YouTube is owned by Google and stuff, maybe the subscription is not that expensive. I don't know. People will find ways and means to go around. So it's just one of those things, right?
It's the way you look when you said that a while ago.
Hey.
She looks suspicious.
Yeah,
I am legitimate. I have a Crunchyroll subscription that I have.
That's beautiful.
3 people leeching on, but it's fine.
I will not subscribe to Crunchyroll. I am so sorry.
It is actually quite cheap. That's what I will say. That's the
It's
only
spending money.
reason why I have it. It's less than 1,000 Jamaican dollars for my subscription. I'm of myself, I have Nile on it. I'm have one next person on it right now. So it's, it is it working. It's fine.
Come
I
from
am
me.
very proud of you.
It come from me that I don't like to stream anime. I like to download animes and then watch them. I hate
Okay,
to stream.
I
Oh,
see.
okay.
Welcome
Anyways.
to everybody in the chat. As we all know, this is a live broadcast, not a pre-recorded thing. So thank you for all the interactions and all the folks that are tuning in. I must
Thank
say
you,
now,
thank
you know, since we are Team ACF and we, you know, support everybody, whether it's the gaming scene, pop culture scene, and all of that, we also have to bring forward our little news in our neck of the woods. Y'all ready for one of the biggest events of the year? Again, you know what is it? It's the New Year's cosplay ball, right? I am so ready. You know, say me like other than cosplay, me like look good, me like dress up, me like put on nice things.
We love being
Right?
cutesy.
We love
We
being
love
cutesy, okay?
We love
We love the process of getting all glammed up. Okay.
It's so much fun, especially
It's
when the
fun.
outcome is like gorgeous. You're like, oh my god, that's me.
Like I
Stop.
did that. I have a
Oh my
chance to
God.
step out. I'm happy about that, right? And thank you for the shares, guys. The theme
We
for this
appreciate.
year, by the way, last year it was Beauty and the Beast. This year it's Arabian Nights.
Arabian Night. So make sure you get your Arabian themed cosplays ready. Maggie, Alabaster from One Piece, thinking Aladdin, you know? Get your.
Aladdin was the first thing come to my mind.
I knew it would have been.
Although when you mentioned One Piece, I was like, you know, I did not think of that.
Oh,
Exactly.
This is how you know I'm such a big One Piece fan. When I heard Arabian Night, the first thing that came to my mind was Alabaster. I was like, yep,
Mhm.
I already got my cosplay. I was like, everything else was a secondary thing. It's then when you guys start talking about it and saying like, oh, you know, Aladdin. I was like, oh yeah,
That exists
could
as
work.
well, right?
Yeah. My brain is just One Piece orientated. Don't mind me. But get ready for a magical night under the stars and get ready to look your best and have dance the night away with your friends, family, and your loved ones, whoever you come in with. And finally, the last piece of the One Piece news that I have for you guys is, as you know, the One Piece live action will be coming back very soon, and they finally dropped the trailer for season 2. Did y'all see Chopper? Did y'all see my child? My baby, who I
saw
cosplayed on the
view,
first
I'm
day.
like, oh,
of body makeup.
this is too cute. I'm gonna die. Oh my goodness.
Right, I am very glad they were going in the Sonic route, where it's not, it is not overly realistic to the point that it's ugly. It's cartoonish realism, which is what we want. We want him to look cute. We don't want to be like, oh, fire, shoot it. You know, we don't want to be terrified.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to be terrified,
We want
especially
that
because that's my
cutesy,
child.
realistic
Yeah,
vibe. We don't
exactly.
need the horror story realistic
No,
vibe.
I cannot wait to hear Chopper's voice. No, I need to hear his voice. He is my baby, my child.
I honestly didn't watch the live action.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Actually,
It's
I
actually
would
not
say,
bad.
It's
that's
actually
upsetting me. That's why. Yeah.
let me
A
just say
lot
this
of
to
things
you.
are upsetting me.
Let me just say this. It is a live action that was. It's a live action that Oda is okay with. He was going through every single process through the creation of it. It is actually really good while staying true to the original. It stays true to One Piece while also adding its own interpretation to it. So it doesn't feel like just a remake.
Well,
A
I
stagnant
don't
remake with nothing new.
Yeah, to be
And-
fair, I don't think One Piece can be one-to-one. It is too dynamic in the 2D animation that making it one-to-one in the live action is not
They were
entirely
able-
possible.
It's for me. It's just certain of the characters. That's just it for me. It's
Well, listen. It's honestly, if you ever get a chance to just watch it, you might enjoy it. I really do love how they were able to, how should I say this? They gave more life to characters and to backstories. I really liked how they went about Usopp's story. It was the same story, but it felt like it was we got more into his background in that
Yeah, it was very
whole story.
refreshing.
And it was a refreshing look at that whole arc. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you guys for the share so much. Thank you so much. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. But yeah, if you do give it a chance, you might enjoy it more than you think. That's it for me.
Like I said, the story is not the issue for me. It's just characters.
Well, honestly, that's just something you would have to get used to because it's an animation turning into a live action. So the character, there's only so much they can do with makeup and costume designs. So you just going to have to get used to it. It's not an animation. It is live action, and there are going to be limitations to things that they can and can't do. Like Whitebeard is not going to be a towering giant.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen because him height don't make sense. This man is not even a giant. I'm just like, sir, why are you so big? Why are you so big? You're not even giant. You're not a giant blood in you unless he does, and I don't know. But for so big.
Why?
Anyways.
All right. So as we move into the
Thank you for the flower, Nile.
next segment of the program, I want to give a big shout out to our amazing sponsor, as always, Zalco Distributors. For the best snack experience, Zalco has you covered. They distribute a range of products island-wide across Jamaica, including Minor Figures oat milk, Coco Royale drinks, and of course, everybody's favorite Samyang ramen. Thank you so much for being so supportive of our community. You can find Zalco Distributors on Instagram and Facebook at EatGoodJA. Their information will also be posted in the description of the VOD once the stream is over.
So let's get into the meat of the matter. And if you guessed gaming because of the Daddy Gamer to or right, left, bottom, wherever he is,
Oh my.
then you're right. So I don't know where you are on the screen. I'm just guessing. Then you're right. The biggest gaming festival of the year took place this Saturday, and it really showed us just how far we're gaming from we're coming from as gamers, streamers, and content creators. So we want to ask some questions, right? Let's start off with Daddy Gamer. How long have you been gaming?
I've been gaming from around 8, I think.
Oh wow! At least as long as you can remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. When did I first take up a game? I can't remember age, but it was probably like in primary school, and that was playing with my friends. But I think I got like really into gaming just recently when I was in Japan and COVID started. I think that's when I got into like gaming more seriously.
Okay.
Well, in my case, I have been doing it basically all of my life. I would call it 3 to 4 years old.
What is mom?
Yeah.
You can't be.
No, I'm serious because when I was younger, I hung around my male cousins a lot. So basically, whatever they were into, I was.
You were into.
Right. So if they were into Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon cards, I was into Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon cards, Beyblade, all of those things.
Let it rip.
Right.
Oh,
So
God, those are good
naturally, whatever, when you're in an environment that have video games involved, you're naturally going to get into that as well. So yeah,
True.
It's been back since then, long time.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
We've been here, we out here.
Girl, it's like I'm not new to this. Okay, so what's your first video game experience? Oh, okay. So my first video game experience, I don't remember what it's called. So you guys are gonna have to help me. It was like this red fox guy, right? That could turn himself into a ball, and you like roll around, and you can
Crash
like
Bandicoot?
Yes, Crash.
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot.
That was the first game like I can consciously remember playing as a kid. I used to love that game. My neighbor and I used to play that game all the time. It was such a fun game. And then the other game that I have in my memories when I had a PSP and I got GTA. and I had no idea what to do. So all I did
my.
was drive around and hit people and steal cars and do tricks on the bike. And
You're
then
kind of on point anyway. Somehow.
somehow I was playing the game correctly, and then I gave the game away because I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Anyways,
Oh, boy.
my nephew wanted it, and I was like, bro, you know what? Here, it's all right. Take it.
Okay.
I didn't know what I was doing anyway.
Hello. For me, my first gaming experience, I would say, honestly, it would be at a game shop.
Oh.
You know where they had the game box, and I played Contract. Right? I'll never forget this experience because that's the time my mom caught me at the game shop and
no.
whooped my ass in front of everyone.
Wow. Oh.
I'll never forget that. But after that, I got a Game Boy Black and White, and I got Pokemon. But how I got Pokemon, I don't remember because I borrowed that Game Boy with a cartridge. I don't remember what cartridge it was, but I remember I was taking a bus home and I saw a guy playing game, and I was like, "What game you're playing?" He said he was playing Pokemon. I was like, "Oh, cool. We do want to trade," and he's like, "Oh, sure." And we just traded right there. I traded something that was not mine just to play Pokemon.
Oh no.
Wow.
And I never regretted it.
Okay.
Wow. So you a thief?
I'm not a thief.
Okay.
I paid for that. I paid for it. I paid for it, but
Mm-hmm.
it was just the spur of the moment.
For
You
the
don't know
moment.
when you're going to find back another person willing to trade you for a Pokemon.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
That's true.
Back
Okay.
then, Pokemon cartridge was really expensive and really rare.
Uh-huh. Okay. Sure. Okay. That's not weird. Anyways.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Next.
since it's been a while,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of the specific game, I don't know if I can tell you that. But my first handheld was the original Game Boy.
The girl was like handheld.
Right,
Woo.
my first handheld. My first console that I was able to use was the original PlayStation.
I had one too, yeah.
As far as games that I can at least remember off the top of my head that I was interested in when I was younger, not necessarily from all the way back where, I was definitely into the original Sonic games, the original Mario games, whether that was Super Mario or Mario Kart. Basically, almost every iteration of Mario games I was into, and different iterations of the Sonic games. I was into the older DBZ games as well. My cousins had like Killzone, they had a variety of things, so basically whatever they got into, I got into to an extent. For some reason, I remember there was a Kim Possible GBA game,
Impossible.
and I played that over and over and over again. That
Girl
one
was like, "That
stands
is
out
my
in my
new
mind
addiction."
specifically. I'm not entirely sure why.
You know why? I know why. She was a badass girl
Yes,
kicking
she was.
bad people's asses. That's why. That's just
Yeah.
it, man.
And she looked good doing it.
Yes, she did.
True.
Yes,
She did. She really did. And we thank God every day for her. Thank you, God.
And I dabbled in Pokemon too, but I think it was after the Game Boy era. I know for sure I dabbled in it in the DS era. Not sure if I did it in the Game Boy era. I was around it, can't confirm. But that was when I dabbled in that. And I also dabbled in early CD games as well on the PC. So
Okay.
I went
Games
through
on
the
the
different
PC.
generations,
Girl,
essentially.
it's like I've been there, done that, all of that.
That CD games on the PC. I'm playing games on the PC. I never used CD. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
All right.
I had a Madagascar game on CD.
Madagascar.
Yeah, so like you would literally go through the gym, like
Through the
basically
gym?
not the gym, the zoo. You have different parts of the zoo, and you have to be the zoo animals. You have to basically escape the zoo, and then once you escape the zoo, you have to go on the just like how the movie plot goes. and then
Yeah.
on the ship trying to get to Antarctica, and they failed to get to Antarctica, right?
And get to Madagascar instead.
Yeah, right. That was they basically the game followed the plot of the movie, and I also had a SpongeBob CD game as well. Boy, okay, the
I've
memories are coming back now.
Oh my God, it's hitting
They're
her like
coming
a
back
wrecking
now.
ball.
They're coming back now.
She's actually talking, and I'm picturing the type of how my experience came up. Because moving from the black and white, I got a Game Boy Color, then I got a Game Boy Advance. Going back, then I got a PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 1 girl. I never bought a CD for that. I burned all my discs, checked the system.
Oh wow.
Bro,
Guys,
this
said
is-
What you know what we can't forget though? The pinball game, the
that was on the
original
computer.
Windows game. Look, as good
Yeah.
as all of the consoles and handhelds are, we can't forget the tried and true Windows games.
The game that we had when we didn't have anything else.
The
Oh my
pinball,
God.
and then later on
Ooh.
Purple Place.
I was about to say the
Yo.
little cake game. I'm like,
Yes.
don't be messing on my cake game. I was having fun making my little cakes
Mhm.
and matching shit. I was having my little time. I was doing good.
Exactly.
All right.
And then it goes to Solitaire, because
Hey.
back then it was Windows
Right.
XP.
So we have to play with like a card game them too. I forget what like a time. You know what
Mhm.
game my mother was addicted to though? When Facebook started having games, bro.
Oh no, I was
Farmville,
into
oh,
all
no,
of
no.
them.
Yo,
I went to my
Farmville.
Farmville phase as well.
Farmville.
I
oh
was
god. I annoyed
into Farmville
everybody.
as well.
Fishville. Oh god.
Fishville. No,
Every
you-
ville on Facebook,
You
I was
had-
in it.
My God. No, my mother was into Farmville like crazy to the point where me and her start fight for the one day they got computer. Cause me I said, Mom, you need to come out. I need my time. She's like, no, more crops them. Me need for water, more crops them. I'm like, Mom.
Like
Oh,
Facebook
no.
games were just so serious back then.
And then Farmville too. She didn't get into Farmville too though, because right now she have her new addiction, which is Candy Crush. My
Candy
mother in
Crush.
a
Oh gosh.
1,000. She's in 1,000, brother. She's frightening me at this
Shout
point.
out to Fruit Ninja.
Fruit
Temple
Ninja.
Run.
Ninja,
Yeah. The
Those-
oldies but the goodies.
Those-
Yeah.
Those games were like a phase when it
Yeah.
comes to like,
Yup.
I had to play it. I had to be a part of it.
Addiction. You couldn't stop. You're like, the highest score. I need to get it. I
need
need to
to
go.
get
I
it.
need to go. I need to get it. I need it.
Remember the little spoon this face for your phone screen.
Yeah, right.
It's a wonder how we
I-
never scratched the screen.
Who said we didn't? I did.
Subway Surfers.
Oh my God.
Boy.
Subway Surfers had me screaming more while they watch on my phone every time I drop. I say, oh yeah, yeah, eat.
Oh.
Oh,
Someone
yeah,
mentioned
true.
Cityville as well, which is true.
Yeah.
Cityville was
Cityville.
a big thing.
All the vills, every single vill. My gosh, back
And-
in those days.
And then moving from Facebook, the websites that had the flash games on it, the Cartoon
Yeah.
Network games, the dress up
Yeah.
games.
The dress up games,
I
there was.
used
I miss that era. I genuinely,
I think
that was just nostalgia.
the only game I played on the browser was, I think it was RuneScape. I love
my
that
God.
game.
My best friend who isn't into anime or gaming or anything like that, right? Started playing RuneScape out of nowhere when we were in 8th grade. Every time I'm over her house, she playing RuneScape. I'm like, girl, you're not even into this. She's like, nah, I'm into RuneScape. I'm into this. I was like,
Maple Story.
yeah.
Maple Story. Oh my gosh.
Don't cuss me, but I didn't play Maple Story for long. I played it for like a week and then I
Mhm.
stopped. Like I said, I was more in. I like games that had a lot more. What I call it now, graphic towards it.
Mhm.
So it was Dragon Nest for me.
Ah.
back then.
Oh. I know, look where we are in gaming. Wow. That's crazy.
Indeed.
Bro.
Thinking about how simple games were and we had so much fun with them to how complex and intricate they are now. To the point where we're looking at them like, you know, I need my game to look like this because if it don't look good, I can't play it.
Like if I can't see the sweat and the
Yeah.
pores, it's a
Disgusting.
problem. I
What
mean,
do
I'm
you
not
even
like that,
make?
but you know, people be like that these days.
I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of like that. My game needs to look
Oh,
pretty.
yeah.
Oh
I need to see
my.
that sweat. I'm just like, then why did I buy this game? Like, if I'm not seeing you sweat in my face, there is a problem. Sweat on me. That sounds very weird. Moving on. Let's go to the question. Yeah, sorry. Moving on. Like I said, nothing. Your challenges growing up as a gamer in Jamaica. Okay, for me personally, I was not a big gamer. I was more, very much more into anime. So I'm going to let the two gamers have this one. Although I don't think our experiences would have been much different. I feel like if you're a boy though, it's much easier because most boys were into games, like around like early childhood them time there.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's a little bit more challenging because we focus more on playing games that we neglect schoolwork, and that's when parents step
That
in
is
and,
definitely a challenge. Yo,
And then whoop passing come true.
bro, one of my biggest challenges is not to carry my game at school and get taxed by the upper class Amanda because they, bro,
You get
funny
taxed.
enough, let me explain. This was one of the moments for me where I had to set up, tell myself, I can't be a wimp growing up. My first day at school, I was held upside down and my money was shaped my pocket.
What?
just so?
First day in high
Private
school.
Princess, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. That's crazy.
That's-
A
oh, wow.
lot of people don't know that, but that was my first experience at school, high school. And I told myself that will never happen again. Because back then I was skinny. Wimp. You know,
They held you upside down and
Upside
shake.
down.
On
and shake my
some
pocket.
That's
literal
some
movie,
anime shit.
anime
Right, like I didn't even think that shit
teen
was
drama
possible.
type of thing.
What?
Wow.
It was a serious thing, man, and I had to put my foot down after the second year. After the first year, like I said, it was bullying, on top of bullying, on top of bullying. Once they realized that I wasn't going to fight back, they
continued to take
yeah,
second
and
year.
some of my friends. And I decided when I went up in grade, I had to put a stop to this. And the last time, one of them, actually, a group of guys jumped the fence over the school. There was so much people on kids on the ground, and they came directly to me.
Bro.
Stick down in my pocket and like, yo, give me what you have. And I decided, yo, that was it. No, fuck it. Sorry.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I grabbed all of their hands and pulled them to the principal office. I don't know where we get that strength from.
But you say I come to
The
them.
adrenaline kicked in.
I'm like, yeah, no, get my money and you're not getting my game today. And that's where it stopped. It happened a month after, and the guy, it was a really big guy. Oh, I should give you an experience. There was a guy in my class, and big, really big, fat. I was going to the science lab. The science lab is around the corner. Like, it's like one of them desert place where nobody really want to go because it's just isolated.
Yeah.
I was going there and him lay with me, and man I bad me up and thing, and me tell him, man, hold me in a choke lock, you know, and like, oh shit. I kind of grab his private part and squeeze it for him to let go, and I bolted.
On some dandadan.
Bro!
on that dandadan.
I bolted.
Like crush them balls and run.
Bro, they never mess with me after that. Never.
Oh my god, you sure you didn't get the nickname Ball Crusher too?
No.
On some
Like I said, high school for me was an experience, and as a gamer, it was hard because back then playing game, people call you a nerd. Oh, you're a nerd. You're this, and they make fun of you and they pick on you, right? But funny enough, fast forward to now,
Everybody
nerds are taking over. See the twist there?
Everybody's gaming though. It's a normal thing now. So it's like no one is going to make fun of you nowadays for playing game. Even anime to an extent has become such a normal thing, which I did not expect it would become normal, because all throughout my high school life, I was the only person in my friend group that liked anime, and I was very lucky. None of my friends made fun of me or anything, but I couldn't talk to any of them about anime or anything like that. It wasn't until I got into sixth form and I started talking to new people that I started talking to people that liked anime, and all of them was man. So I already knew, oh, that's T already. Up here, man, me attack to.
All
Man,
my
what-
anime friends I met them on Facebook.
Online.
Come think of it. I remember when I started anime is one of my classmates. He was like, "Yo, there's this thing going on early in the morning." I was like, "What is it?" It was Digimon.
Digimon. Digital
I
monsters.
kid you not, I got hooked to Digimon.
You were like, that's my new shit.
I wake up every morning at 5 just to watch Digimon.
That's good.
That was me with Yu-Gi-Oh. That was me
I
with
used to love
Yu-Gi-Oh.
that.
Even
Don't
though I
get me
didn't
wrong,
know it was
Yu-Gi-Oh was
anime
shit.
at the time, it was Yu-Gi-Oh for me.
Bro, that was me with everything on Adult Swim, bro. When I remember it like it was yesterday. One night I just did go to bed early, and then I saw this whole new world. I was like, you just see the Adult Swim side come up, and I was like, maybe
The
that's
international outro just playing on the screen.
Yeah,
Bro,
and then they're saying just like, I want it. So you know, so every night after that, I'm up all night just watching this shit. And you know the worst thing about it though, I didn't know where it started. I was plop in the middle, and I'm like, what's happening? It wasn't until I became old and I found the episodes and watched them. I'm like, oh, this makes sense.
but knowing that, looking at that, you started watching in the middle, but it feels like you started from the beginning because it felt it was so immersive.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
forgot that, hey, I didn't start this thing from the beginning.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to stop. I'm like, I need to know how it ends. I didn't start at the start, but I'm going to know how it ends. I did
Bro.
not know how it ended though, because I could never catch. Like, it's so weird because you can never catch it every single day. I never caught it.
What are you talking
I
about? It never missed me.
I
Never missed me.
Wow, you know what?
For
We're
the
not
shows
born
earlier in
different.
the day, definitely Adult Swim, that one was more of it was on when I got older, maybe.
And
Yeah.
But it drop asleep too
Tsunamis,
sometimes,
bro.
man. Tsunami was late.
That is if
Tsunami
I had
was
access to
business.
Toonami, but yeah.
You didn't have access to Cartoon Network?
I did, but like was I up on the TV specifically? No.
That's probably it. I had a TV in my bedroom, bro.
I did
No.
the
For
hype.
me,
The hype.
The hype.
The
The
hype.
hype wasn't
Hey yo.
different.
I
That's
started
not a
watching
symbol
that.
right there, huh?
I started watching at my friend's house, and my mom didn't like the fact that I'm over there every day watching TV. She got a TV.
Yeah, you need
for
to take up your
me.
book, what you mean?
No, she got a TV for me.
She just never like in there
okay.
other people yard. She
Yeah,
said, no,
yeah.
come on. No, I don't want you there, nobody yard. Come on your yard. You don't want nobody
Bro.
think say you don't have nowhere for go.
Bro. So you know, finally getting to watch Cartoon Network, eating up Tsunami,
Mhm.
watching anime like that's what I watch, like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Mhm.
You have shit, Kids WB on
Mhm.
Saturday.
Oh, Kids WB
And-
was so lit.
It was Fox or some Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Used to watch Cubics, Robux for everyone. They have
Code
Medabots.
Lyoko.
Totally.
Okay.
Oh my god! And Code
Okay, let
Lyoko.
me be.
Hmm.
Can I be honest? I could never get into Code Lyoko. I could not get over their face.
What,
I could not
really?
get.
Really?
Could not get over them face. Could not get over them face.
No,
remember how I said
fam.
Remember how I said that whatever I watching, I look pretty. It never looked pretty.
No, fam.
It was unique, certainly. I will say
Yes.
that.
Y'all
Yes.
can't tell me that shit was pretty. Hold up, cause
It
y'all
was unique.
And an anime that got me that I didn't expect to got me. Two anime actually was Sailor Moon
Unique,
and
my
Card
ass.
Captor.
Oh my
Oh
I
my
never
god.
expected I would love those
Sailor
anime.
Moon has my heart, always has.
Sailor Moon and Card Captor had my heart so much. Oh, I have not watched the
Oh.
new season of Card Captor, but
Oh, and as a boy growing up, you have to watch Power Ranger.
Ew.
You have to watch Power Ranger. Fam.
That
Power
was
Ranger
it.
my iconic.
I
growing up, fam.
hate- I
I
hated
jump off of
Power
my
Rangers.
roof. I jump off my
What?
roof because of Power Rangers.
Sir, stop it. Use that bad example. What? Get out of here.
I'm
Stop
serious. I'm
Why would you do
serious.
this?
You started out with regular Power Ranger, Ninja Rangers, and then you have my favorite Dino Thunder.
Yeah.
You have SPD, Power Rangers in Space.
I do
Mystic
watching other
Wars.
Rangers.
I watched
So
the
on.
Power Rangers back then as well. Oh boy.
I love Power Ranger. brother.
Hated when
It was-
Power Rangers came on. I was like, no, I want something else, please.
I used to
Release
wear
me.
just my brief back then.
Oh,
And I was outside on the road watching
you
Power
are
Rangers,
wild.
mom.
You are
It
what?
was-
No.
Growing up, it was no. Growing up for me
No.
was a vibes. It was a vibes, especially
See,
when I got
you-
introduced to anime. Oh my god!
You see this man? This man is the type of man would have run left. What do you mean they brief on the road?
On the
What do you
road,
mean?
and I'm a brief.
I do what, sir? What were
I
you
watch-
doing? Were you
I-
screaming the tagline? Like,
You were out here he was out here stressing his mother out, okay?
No man.
no, for real. He
I
was
ju-
stressing his mother out.
I got my teeth pulled, and back then, you know, you didn't get injected with the spirit in your mouth. You had to keep it on your gum to let it soak in. And I didn't know that, and I spit it out. So when I was called, you know, just yank out the teeth, I was in pain. I was in pain, and my neighbor brought us this TV, and I was like, Brent, look, Power Ranger. Like, fuck every pain. I am here. I didn't remember anything else, and I'm in my brief on the road watching the Power Ranger. I can never forget that experience.
Oh, boy.
Wild.
Well,
Nico, tell us about your challenges growing up. No. Because him is a whole challenge by himself.
it
dear
seems
God.
so.
Mhm.
In my case, I would say I was definitely the kid that had my DS or my Game Boy. I had the little light on it and everything at all hours of night. I get catch couple time well with on the game when I'm not supposed to be on the game in the middle of the night.
Oh no.
And you know when
get
you know what used to happen when you're on Mario
You
Kart
get
and you
text
close
message?
the DS and
Oh,
it's
no.
still playing and
Yeah.
you
And
you
close
don't
it right
snooze.
before them open the door and guess what? They can still hear it underneath the pillow. My own game is snitching on me. That I
The
literally
snitching.
I had issues with like with staying up and not focusing on what I'm supposed to focus on doing that. For sure. I would also say socialization is also a factor because as much as I mean I didn't have issues in terms of me being into video games. I mean probably because like people didn't really pick on me for that, probably because I was a girl, or if they did, me never really paid them no mind because as I said, I grew up with 2 male cousins. Like never really bother me in that way there. But what I will say is it wasn't until I would say maybe grade 5, grade 6 that I found other girls that were into video games as well. Because what it was the era of the DS and DSi. Right?
Okay.
The original DS and DSi. You know, so the DS come out with a pink, you have the pink DS. And
Yes.
I had a
Yes.
pink one. I had a pink one. Oh, DS Lite. Yes. You had the pink DS Lite. I had a pink DS Lite. And all of my little friend them that had the pink DS Lite, and we all had Cooking Mama. And we had everybody, no matter man, woman, or girl, boy, had Mario Kart. Everybody had Mario Kart. So you
Yeah.
know how we used to do it? How it is set up in our grade 6 is that we had the 3 classrooms were set up right beside each other, and we link up as many people there as possible and run match match after match after match after match and set it up against classrooms and everything. And as I say, it was girls and dudes participating as well. It was like a whole vibe.
That's so nice.
Right?
That sounds so fun. Yeah.
And I suppose if I want to dip into how high school was, I'd say that I think I did see girls start to go more into like the dress up games. So if they didn't have the DS, or if they didn't get the next iteration of the DS, they went into the Flash games. They went into that route. They went into the Sims route, for example. If they didn't keep up with the games, or like, oh my god, Pop Tropica as well was another one. And in terms of like, how to put it, in my case, I had a couple friends that were into Pokemon, and when what this person would do, he would buy, you know, it came black and white. It always came in pairs, like they always released in pairs. So what
Yeah.
what my friend would do is that he would buy the pair, and then I would get one. I'd get one of them.
Ooh, look
So,
at you.
so I had
Look at
started with
her.
platinum, but then he got heart gold and soul silver. He gave me soul silver. And then he had gotten Pokemon black and white. I got white. He got black and white too. I got white too. If I had gotten a 3DS, I would have been able to continue the train, but I did not get to continue that train. What I did think was cool though back then as well is that in grade 6, this was when I think League was kind of picking up speed. What in grade 6, of course, people them had them laptops. Not grade 6, form 6, sixth form. People them had their laptops. So what them would do is line off the corridor with desks, and you have everybody doing custom matches in the hallway.
No.
In the people them sixth form building.
Wow.
In the hallway with, and then bring them mouse and everything and attach it. And yeah, man, they're going at it. So I think it was cool to see how, you know, video games were integrated into, you know, social spheres, right? Not to say people weren't made fun of, people were, but I think, at least in my case, it was more people probably had access to it. So I guess since more people had it, it wasn't necessarily seen across the board as something strange, right? So I had mostly positive experiences, and of course, as I said, I witnessed both sides of the spectrum, both men and girls and boys into video games. It's just whether they were into the same things, yes and no, or otherwise. So, yeah.
It wasn't bad for you.
Yeah, it wasn't bad for me personally.
Nice. Actually, I'm very jealous of that whole everybody a line off and a play a game. I'm like, oh my god, that sounds like a uniform coming together.
That was a whole thing. That was a very wholesome childhood experience.
Yeah,
that's very wholesome.
Yeah, you had the most wholesome experience out of all of us right now. Cause this man over here just sound crazy.
It sounds like war, straight war.
It might see, well, you see, this is why I actually don't tell a lot of people about this, because they feel like I made it up, but I'm
no, I totally believe you. Totally.
My high school experience was different. My mom is the type of person, she don't care what you want to do as long as you're not doing anything bad. But as long as you're doing your schoolwork, you're doing your chores, she's fine. Right? I did school. Like I said, I got beat at the game shop. I did school, went to the game shop, and I got my ass beat by my mom. I brought my game to school, and this dude tried to take it from me, and I beat him up. And the teacher gave me a letter to give my mom. My mom come to the school and whoop my ass in front of the school. She don't play when it comes to whooping your ass.
She's like, all right, it is what it is. Wow.
Going through all that experience, it never changed my mind or pushed me away from the game or anime. I ended up continuing loving video games. Even though I play game every single day unless I am really sick and I can't move. But I'm always playing game. I moved from having a Game Boy Black and White, Game Boy Color, Advance. I still have my DS. I still have my PSP. I still have
the PSP. My heart. I remember the PSP days. My little silver PSP.
Oh,
God.
The black one.
I still have a PS3. I have a PS4. I have a PS5.
Oh, okay.
And I have around 5 computers.
Yeah, we know.
So no, I'm just saying, moving from getting picked on, didn't have much access to consoles back then. Now, gaming become a part of my everyday lifestyle for almost everybody, and you're able to afford all consoles, PCs with such ease now. It's just wonderful.
That's a good thing to have too. Everything that you weren't able to do for yourself back when you were young, you're able to give to yourself now.
now.
And that's so great. All right, I don't want us to get knocked on by our manager, so we need to like continue.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
next one is on the game shop lifestyle in Jamaica. What I wanna actually add on to this as well. I wanna say game shop and arcade. I think both into this one would really be a good way to talk about it, because you realize how Brenton and I clearly have different experiences over the years with in our childhood about how we consumed games, and I think a lot of it has to do with access to video games, and game shops, arcades really gave the opportunity for different demographics to get into video games, no matter if they had a system or not.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
What I will say, like, whether it was a big arcade machine where you had, I remember I played the original Pac-Man on the arcade machine back in the day, or them did have the like maybe the system or the TV would have lock up, and the thing and the console would have lock up, but yeah, and
Yes.
you get for play same way, right?
Yes, back then those games were the famous games back then was 007 and Perfect Dark
Mm-hmm.
with Mario Kart as well.
Yup.
So those experience, trust me, I wouldn't change the way I grow. I wouldn't change it because it all falls in place for me,
Mm-hmm.
and it would be the same for you. It falls in place to me to bring you to where you are right now
Mm-hmm.
and give you the experience that you have with games and also anime. Because I've watched so much anime, I can't remember majority of them.
I'm sure Nile in the chat could speak on Limelight, and basically, and not like, and what's it name? Cyberbox. That's the name. Cyberbox. When that was available, the game shop, and the amount of people that got into games through Cyberbox.
Right. Welcome,
So,
Max.
yeah.
Welcome.
That's the word I was actually looking for. It's two different things, madam of mine. A lot of people
Thank
got
you for the follow, Max.
really. It really added. Yeah, Cyberbox. When Cyberbox was available in Hertfordshire, and the amount of people, like a good amount of my friends, when they talk about how they got into games, other than them owning stuff, is going to Cyberbox, and experiencing the various games that they had there. Yeah, Cyberbox was where it was all at. Yeah, man. So I think game shops, arcades, those were this is the backbone of anybody anybody to be able to get into gaming from an
Yep.
early age and thing,
Yep.
and be able to participate, right? So yeah, the next part would be, I guess we're kind of touching on this a little bit, but the Jamaica gaming and esports scene. I'm glad to see the growth.
Yeah.
The growth, the progress. What are you guys' thoughts on that one?
Honestly, I didn't know much about the esports. The esports community. When I said I didn't know much about it, I knew it was here, I knew it was happening, and I knew they had their games, their contests, and everything. But I've never been to many. I've probably been to one other one, but going to the event NESL3, I really realized just how big it has gotten and how much it has grown throughout the years, and it's really great to see, especially since I realized that there are rivalries that are happening. There are people that are fans of people, and it just feels like a community is being built. And I felt so excited just watching everybody play the game and seeing the rivalries take place. I even realized that the judges did kind of have bias to the point where they say, "Hey, leg off of the man, man, make him play him game. Leg off the man."
Like, don't bully him. Let him get up. Let him get up.
Let him get exactly. Because I think it was in what one of the games then. I think it's Smash. I think it was Smash, and the announcers were like, one of the guys that was playing, I guess he's just naturally good at the game or whatever, but him don't practice a lot. So they're like, you see, if you didn't practice, I was like, yo, we are talking to the man, so let go find net, man, let the guy play. So I'm thought, so I started rooting for that guy. I'm like, I don't know who you are, but I want you to win now because fuck them. Leave off my channel. But it was a really great experience, and it's so great to see continue to get bigger. And I can't wait to see how big this community gets and how big esports gets in Jamaica. Cause who wants a Jamaica team in the Olympics, man? Who wants to see it? That is the goal. That is where we want to see it go.
That's true. That's true. And just like me, I have known about esports, but I've never actually been to any of the events. It always falls on the time I have work, and when I'm finished working, it's always over. But I will try my best to make an effort to come to the next event because I missed the tournament. I'm gonna try my best to be at the next one. Hopefully, what are you hiding?
No, it's for my discussion. Don't worry about it. It's for my answer.
Okay. And hopefully, I can know about it a little bit earlier so I can see if I can get the time off from work and be there. But I really don't have much to say about it because, like I said, I've never really been to any of the events.
Mm-hmm. Well, as admin has mentioned in the chat, and I also am a bit aware of it as well, esports and competitive gaming has had a long history in Jamaica in various forms through various tournaments, whether that's through Cyberbox, whether that's through, let me just double check this name here, right, the Fighters Allegiance Jamaica, In Control Gaming. There's so many different groups that have basically, since before, like the JEI is just the latest step in Jamaica's push for esports, whether and in on the industry level. And I would say as well that whether it's the gaming lounges or that Cyberbox, the one that was by Savannah, a couple different ones, and also big initiatives that happened as well years ago. There was a huge tournament that took place in CBA. That was one of them. Then there was DSB Con in, what was it, 2018, 2017, where I was actually hired to cosplay as one of the League of Legends characters. So it was a live drawing that was done. And at DSB Con, it was one of the big League of Legends tournaments that was hosted by, at the time, I think it was Dexter, on the Esports Jamaica. So esports has been making moves and making waves in Jamaica for a while. Video games on a whole has been in media in Jamaica for a long time as well, through the Lab Video Game TV, which has been around for over 20 years. So ain't that something, right? Competitive gaming has been around for a while. Gaming in local Jamaican media has been around for a while. And it's just great to see the current direction and thing, right? So we're going to be going to question number 6. Ming, you wanna talk about, you wanna read out what this one says?
Of being a girl gamer. Okay, so stigma of being a girl gamer is being an e-girl. That you are going to go on stream, look pretty, not really play the game, or basically try to farm views or money by putting as much as your body up on screen as possible.
Yeah, this is the stigma about being a female gamer, that you're just on there looking pretty, farming views. You don't actually like video games.
Which honestly, if that was the truth, I would actually do it. But the truth is, when you do that, you are not getting the views that you are expecting to get. You'd probably get like 4 people in the stream, and then they're going to be very disgusting and talking down to you and whatever. It's really honestly interesting. The only people that you see really do good in that type of thing that guys talk about are like established female streamers. That's what they're known for. But if you're just a girl gamer playing games and you think just showing up a little bit of your body going to get your views and money, it's really not.
No, it doesn't. And honestly, at the end of the day as well, God gave me this. God gave me what I have. I might as well. I'm going to be on camera. It's like It's like if you're going to be on a TV show, it's just online. Me need to put myself together. I can't look like me don't come from nowhere. Can't look like my parents never raised me right. But I look good.
Because at the end of the day, if a girl comes on here and she look fucked up, people are going to make it the biggest deal. If you come looking a mess, they're going to make a deal out of it. If you come looking
whether you are man or woman, they're going to clown you. So no better you make yourself look good. You look nice.
This is why I'm a dragon. You see now? It don't matter. So I can look as toned up as I want to be, and y'all can't say nothing because y'all ain't see me. You don't know what's happening behind here. I could be butt-ass naked. You don't know. That's about me.
Like, let's hope that the camera does not fail, but
I know.
Honestly, dear God, let the camera not fail, cause Jesus. I spoke the truth. But honestly, what I have realized with a lot of girl gamers now, I think the girl gamers that do get the views actually are the girls that are just sitting down playing games and just having fun.
And being interactive.
Yeah, and being interactive because if you go into like Twitch, because I've done it several times, and just look at some girl gamers, you'll see a lot of VTubers. Then you'll just see a lot of girls that are just playing games. They're not showing up their body. They're not doing this e-girl stuff. And you know what's really funny? The e-girl stigma is something that people come into chat and talk to the girl about. And the girl is just like,
and we're just here chilling. Like, we're not even doing, like, even if they're just cute, they just play the game.
Yeah. Or they would say shit like, oh, you're acting cute. Bitch,
what do you mean I'm acting cute? I am in my own clothes. I'm going to take out of my own closet. Put on.
Now, you know what? It's not acting cute if I am cute.
Exactly. If I am born sexy or cute, I cannot change that.
And that's just the reality.
I am built like this.
It's how I am. Just come in the chat and be like, oh my God, you're so cute. Oh my God, thank you. Move on. Move on.
Like, I can tell you for sure, even if I put on a plastic bag, you're going to wonder what is under the plastic bag. So I might as well wear whatever me decide to wear on the stream.
No, but I don't think. I think there is there is two sides when it comes to female gaming, because you have females that are genuinely, as you say, all about the game. They're all about making good content, game. But you have females that, well, I've seen myself. When the first thing you notice is that
I did say that though, that there are girls that is their thing. They're not gay, but they're not gamer girls. They're there to sell sales
as well. There is the OnlyFans girls,
because you
stuff
can't
as
tell
well.
them that they're e-girls, because if you say to them, you're not a gamer girl, you're just here showing off your body and stuff, it will become a big issue, a big deal. And
that is entirely subjective, I must say, though, because in my opinion, there's a market for everything, right? And once somebody is an adult, I feel like they are allowed to express themselves how they want, right?
That is true.
That is especially true. Now, yes, there are some women who stream that, let's say they dress like the e-girl, the classic e-girl image, right? And they stream and they do their thing. Maybe they're not into the hardcore games. They might be into a little Candy Crush or something. But that is that. That doesn't make them any less of a gamer just because them choose to not be into the Overwatch.
Just say
and the League
a lot
Legends,
of guys. Right? I will just say a lot of guys will say that girls aren't gamers because they would play Sim. Because I see
this is why I brought up. Yo, pause. Sit up for this.
Wait, let me just say something. Because I know it's a meme in the community where like a girl would get the most hype computer set up or whatever, and then she plays Sims. And your point is what?
And your point is what?
What's your point?
No, that's
she likes Sims. She likes Sims. So she plays obviously she's not only playing Sims, but if she was only playing Sims,
If I want to play
You're jealous that
Minecraft,
you can't
what
buy
is
it?
the issue?
You're jealous that you can't buy the computer. What's your problem? Let the girl play the Sims. Let her be the god of her
Yo.
own world. Let her control the lives of the little people that are living in there.
Exactly.
Let her do that.
Exactly. This
But,
is why in the when we're talking about the history of video games, that our history and then the general history in Jamaica as well, this is why I brought up games other than the Marios and stuff. I brought up Pop Tropica. I brought up Cooking Mama. I bring up the dress up games, the flash games, the CD games, because as even if some games are more competitive, some games are more intense, and some games have more popular fandoms and stuff, that does not make a game any less than less than what it is, right?
And I think that's the problem. Like, there are tiers for gaming. Like, if you're not playing the high intensive League or Valorant or Overwatch or the games that are like relaxing, like a Stardew Valley or a Sims, you just not.
And I know you're into Stardew Valley, Brent.
I love
Yeah.
Stardew Valley. I love
Personally, I hate Stardew Valley. I get so bored of it so easily. Sorry.
No. I like farming. I like survival games overall.
You don't survive in Stardew Valley.
I know, but Stardew Valley give you that survival game feeling. You know, you farm, you grow crops. So other than selling them, you will use them to make stuff to eat in survival game. Playing games like Ark Evolution. Right now I got couple games that I'm supposed to do some reviews on. Games evolved so much over the years, and back then, let me be honest, I used to say those females that show their bodies in gaming were actual gamers. But after growing up a bit, I realized that majority of these females do enjoy playing games, and they're good at what they do. They're really good. When you sit down and watch them and take care of for them chess and actually focus on the game, they're actually good on what they are doing.
They actually know how to game. Sometimes they even know how to play the game better than a lot of guys.
Exactly. Right? So seeing all of that now, then I realize, hey, this person is playing game for the people that are into the game. They're just here for the game, and then she show a little something, not a lot, but a little something for the person that like that look a nice view.
Exactly.
That entertainment while watching their
there's
game.
There's something for everybody. There's a little draw and otherwise. And this is where we find the distinction between the e-girls and the girl gamers, because as much as both sides of the coin can dress well, look cute or sexy, the e-girls are really to socialize with and to have that image, while the female gamers, they're just looking good for their stream, and their stream is about the games. If you like how she looks and you came in because of how she looks, then that's just part of it.
For
but
you're
either gonna stay you're gonna either stay for her personality, or you're gonna stay for the game that she's playing, right?
But that is really true from my body. That's the name of the person in chat, by the way, not my body. Okay. Action games draws the crowd. They do. Action games do draw the biggest crowds. However, a game like Sims is one of the most popular games on Twitch. It's one of the most popular games on Twitch, and that is not an action game. It is not an action game. So, action games do draw crowds, but non-action games draw crowds as well.
Simulation games definitely draw crowds. Look at GTA right now. GTA role-playing.
Everybody loves GTA.
Hold on.
I know you're gonna say action too.
No, I know it's delving into, that is a different thing all on its own, for sure. You know.
5-4 said game Minecraft. One of the biggest games.
Minecraft
on Twitch. Minecraft.
Funny enough, I have a platinum for Minecraft, and I can't play the game for long. Always fall asleep.
The thing about Minecraft, it's good to play with friends.
Right, there you go.
When you jump into a new world and you bring a crew with you to just go on an adventure, build out your town, and everybody takes up their role. Who's the miner? Who's the builder? Who's the crafter? Who's the engineer? You know, because you have to do redstone. Who's gonna look for the things for the dragon at the end of the game? you know, it's just something, a type of game that it's best to do with others if you're not able to focus for long on a sandbox game, right?
Able to focus for long either.
This
So I definitely
segue is
have to play
actually
with
really
people.
good into the topic of being a casual gamer versus a competitive gamer.
Oh, that is me.
This,
Oh
this
my god.
immediately segues into that topic.
Yeah. So as a filthy cash, as the biggest casual gamer you will ever see, I am not. I love being a casual gamer because honestly, I am very competitive, which sounds very weird.
I get it, but continue.
I am competitive in the worst ways possible. I don't
Okay.
like losing, brother. So
Mario
I
Party.
just like I ain't playing that shit with nobody because I'm gonna get mad. Especially if somebody come and make me have to go back on much space. Me, I said, boy, don't chat to me for the rest of the day. We're done. Friendship broke up. Can't take on anywhere. Just don't talk to me. But no, I love being able to just play a game, relax and whatever. And I love when I really say I'm a casual gamer, I mean I am not as into gaming as like say Brenton and Rhea. I am very new to the gaming sphere and I don't have a huge catalog of games and I just like taking my time and just enjoying what I enjoy and just taking my time with it. Even though I said I am a casual gamer, as I said I am competitive. And it doesn't work together because I still play competitive games. Like I play Overwatch and I am very competitive in Overwatch. I curse like a sailor and I tell people to chuck up underneath their mother and what the fuck, how are you my mercy? And I am dying. Bitch, heal me. I am dying over here. What are you doing? You know what? This is why I am the mercy of my team because you guys don't even know how to mercy properly. Anyways, that's okay. That's the point. But yeah, that's my experience though.
I dabble in both. I play Call of Duty. Since recently, I am grinding Fortnite, which at first I thought was crap. I was like, oh, Fortnite is for kids. Fortnite is for kids. Until the first time I dropped into it and a kid beat my ass. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I couldn't live that down, so I know
You got good. You got good. You got good to beat a kid.
Bro, these kids will push your button from. These kids will let you say things you don't want to say.
Did they open the mic and said you're a little bitch pussy?
Bro, I went
man,
into a
ratings
custom
are not
match
doing
the
it.
other day because of my name, Noobie Player.
Oh,
And there was this kid in there, they were like, oh, you can't play the game. You suck. And I'm like, all right, no problem, bro. I wiped the lobby.
nice.
Emote on him.
Which is
and
right.
Laugh.
As a grown ass man, I love that. I love that as it should be.
You gotta,
with the kids.
you gotta
Get
teach the
paid.
youngins how it's
Exactly.
Don't come at
done
me.
sometimes.
No, you're pissed, bro. But
You gotta get
I just,
you gotta
Thank
get
you, Max.
serious.
Thank you.
Hold on.
so
No, I love that. I love teaching kids to stay in them lane like you're out of order.
exactly. And the funniest thing about it, he's talking all that smart, and he can't play. He's
That's
actually
wild.
he's just pushing his friend to come and beat me. Right?
Oh my god, he was getting beaten so bad he went to call his big bro.
Bro, I explained to him that
It's like,
I've been,
bro,
I play this game.
I need an assist. Please
Help
help.
I play this game for like 4 hours every day.
Oh my
From
god.
work, home, play. When I'm not streaming, I am playing the same way. But at the same time, I play casually as well because I'm a trophy hunter. So I will play game like I'm a PS5. Elden Ring is a game I will never go back on.
Because I will never play. I will never
I did
play
it
Elden
co-op.
Ring.
I really don't think I could do it solo though.
I will
Bro.
never. I watch people play Elden Ring and I'm like, what kind of masochist them people are be?
I
Could
platinum
not
that
be me.
game.
Could not be me.
I
Could
played
not
that
be.
game and I broke a PS5 controller playing that
Oh
game.
my god.
Boy.
I got
That can't be
so
my
mad.
life. That can't be my
I beat
life.
the last boss by accident. When I saw that, I was the happiest person in the world. I saved that, saw my platinum come up. I let it sink and I deleted the game same time.
Wow, you're just like, I would have taken a picture and be like, yep, I did it.
I'll never
I
play it
did that.
again. don't know, I'll never play that game. But games like Spider-Man, which is is just chilling, enjoying
A1.
yourself.
A1.
Yeah.
You know what
Games
game
like
I'll never play? The King something. Oh my god, the Rage Bait game. That where you
Oh, I know what
basically
you're
have,
talking about.
where you have to jump up
Yeah,
to try and get to the
yeah.
top of the tower.
It's like getting
Ooh.
over it. Yep.
Yeah, but worse.
But worse.
Jump King, blood clot. Yes, that AI. What people were trying to get me to play that on my stream. I'm like, you're high on crack. Me? You guys see me rage in normal. No, I have rage in Minecraft. Brother, you cannot get me to play that game. I will destroy my whole setup. Because Muda is done. But I start crying, go to my mother and say, Mommy, you take it away. Take it away from me. I cannot do this.
Oh boy. Well,
Jumping.
I suppose my take on being a casual gamer versus a competitive gamer, I say even amidst the rise of esports as an industry, the competitive gamer and the casual gamer and casual gaming in general will always have its place. It will always be there. And at the end of the day, games started out as something as a bit of an escape, a bit of a way to de-stress, a bit of a way to test your skills, but also for fun, right? So I see merit in both being a casual gamer and a competitive gamer, whether you decide to stream or just do it on your own, right? What I will say is that even in the events sphere, there is a necessity for both sides of the coin, right? Esports needs the esports players, but esports events still need the hobbyists, the cosplayers, the casual gamers. We need both. We need each other, right?
We need
so
each
let us
other.
let us work together, right? Because at the end of the day, before esports became this big industry, we always had our clans. We always had our friend groups. You have the various Discord servers that them don't touch a tournament in them life, but how much people in there play game together as a group and go and do them thing. You know?
Yep.
So, there is always a place for both. And I'm glad to see that there is a place in the industry for both competitive and casual gaming. Shout out to my girls, right? So yeah, man. Shameless plug, right?
Listen, I have to do my shows.
Hey, it's the gaming episode of the Yaadie anime experience, and I am in what? A casual gaming group. I have to put on the uniform. I'm sorry, it's just how it is, right?
Wait, this girl had on the Valkyrie
this entire time.
I did not because I'm so used to you being in the white one, so I didn't know, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, on bright. This girl,
we here, we ready. We been out here, right?
Give her a raise. Give her a raise. My God, she was just blatantly promoting her shit without anybody realizing. She's like in your face without being in your face. Basically, get on my level.
In terms of my doubling in competitive, right?
Roses. What a stress.
I mean, as much as I stick to mostly casual gaming, even for the streaming side of things, I've dabbled in the Mario Kart tournament scene. I've dabbled in the Just Dance tournament scene. I've won a Just Dance tournament, placed in a couple Just Dance tournaments. There's a place for it, right?
Hype girl.
So apart from my long history of gaming, I have a couple things under my belt, but casual gaming is my focus, I will say, right? I'll leave the war to the veterans, to the people who love the sweat. Y'all can take the sweat and the rankings and the I'll be here in my corner.
Nah, Rhea is so funny. She's like, casually, I have some wins under my belt.
Like, I got some wins. Like, I
got some
like,
trophies.
if y'all wanted me, if I was in the fighting game scene, y'all would be dead because I swept my entire people. I'm just saying. But, it's fine. It's fine.
I can't say anything.
It's fine. Racing games, fighting games, those are my ish. Now,
Oh.
as I said, as I am like Ming, I am a competitive person. But in terms of going into that, I will rage. So I'm like, you know what? I will save the beatings for my friend groups. Right?
You know what?
Because
That's
I don't know if I
it.
can remain sportsmanlike enough
Yeah,
to be
you
on the
can't
esports
rage.
stage on that.
Here.
For Just Dance,
Right?
yes, right? Because that's a physical thing. But buttons pressing, like them things there, I don't know about that. Alright, I will
Right.
save that for the sweats who can remain sportsmanlike.
Bro, I cannot remain sportsmanlike at all. I can only rage. This is why we play online with people I don't know and that can't hear me.
That's why voice chat is off in every MOBA and League of
Every
Legends
single-
match. I can't do it. I will tell everybody about them mother.
Overwatch has to be off because bitches don't heal. I'm sorry. This is why I had to become a healer because bitches don't heal.
Funny
To be the healer
enough,
I need.
I have dabbled in a little Overwatch. Ariel has drawn me into it, and
Hey!
my favorite player,
I plan to dabble in
what?
it soon.
my favorite
Is what?
player is Soldier.
It's
I
who?
love Soldier.
I love
Soldier, I
their
love
designs.
Soldier.
I love the character
Soldier.
designs for Overwatch.
Yes.
I-
This is. Oh my God. We need to have an admin Overwatch day. Yo, I'm ready. Don't worry, Ariel and I will keep you guys alive. It's fine. We got y'all. We got y'all. You have pro healers. It's fine.
Hold on. I'm not that bad.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Sure. It's okay. It's okay. Even
Okay.
if you are that bad, we'll keep you alive. It's okay.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I love when Ariel play Mercy because she's always on point. She's always there to assist
Yeah,
you
she
whenever
on there.
you need her.
She about that. I've
I know,
seen
but
I've
she
seen a
doesn't
couple
like
clips.
She don't like playing Mercy. She's good at playing Mercy, but she don't like doing it.
Hey, I don't like anything, but I'm decent at it, so you know.
Girl is like, listen. Girl is like, damn. Now I gotta go mercy because y'all dying all the time. Damn it.
Girl,
It's like I need a win tonight before I go to bed. Like y'all need to
No.
stop.
Y'all need to stop being trash.
keeping the team alive, bro.
Oh my God.
With
All right,
that-
so we're now at the last question for our little segment here.
Yes.
Where would you like to see the local gaming go in the next few years? Local gaming? Where would I want to see that go? I'm gonna have an answer yet. Somebody else go first.
Local gaming. I would love to see. Well, I think we have people locally enter overseas big
Yeah, we
tournaments.
do. We do. We already have
Oh.
that. Yeah.
I would
And
like
we
to see
have-
more. I would like to see more because there's a lot of
I know
good
what I
players,
want.
a lot of
Yeah.
good players out here. But you
Mhm.
know, because some people are just too shy, or
Yeah.
as they say, they're playing just casually. but they're
Resources
really
and
good.
training is also necessary to develop.
Yup.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
guess what I would like to see, which I guess is already in the works to some extent, as we all know, esports has started its entry into the Olympics, and I would love to see a Jamaican contingent or delegation head to represent
Olympics.
at the esports Olympics.
I would love that
That's where
too.
my
Woo!
headspace is. In various areas, whatever
Yes,
games
that
are
would be really
possible for us.
For mine, now that I thought about it, diversity. I would love to see a more diverse lineup of gaming for our local competitions, because what I realized, it's mostly fighting games and the football games, whether it be the truck football
The
game or
FIFA.
just a normal or the FIFA. And I'm going to be very honest with you. I hate FIFA so much. It's the most boring game I've ever seen. And while they were playing FIFA at the gaming contest, I was like, "What the fuck am I watching? Did I come here to watch football?" Listen, I'm so sorry.
Hey,
I know.
FIFA has been such a hit with the Jamaican populace, has had a hold on the Jamaican populace for so long. We
I
can't run
know.
from it.
I never said I want to run from it. I said I want diversity. I want
Fair
some
enough. No, I
diversity.
totally agree with you. Totally.
I want us to mix it up a little. I feel like it's the same games over and over. And not to say that it's boring, because I love me some Tekken, I love me some Street Fighter,
Mhm.
but I feel like we need some more fun games in the mix too. I would love to see Overwatch in the game. I know that League is apparently really heavy on the system, so I
Oh
guess we
yeah,
won't
a lot
see
of the
that.
diversity also depends on the equipment
equipment.
available. Yeah.
So
Yes.
that leads to my other thing I want. I want to see more sponsors in the local gaming sphere. I would love to see it get more back in, more help, so it can grow to allow for these types of games to be played. So we can see how, because there are a lot of great gamers in Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
that the niche is just not right with the games that they have out right now that they're playing. Like there are a lot of great league players, there are a lot of great whatever other kind of players, but because the niche right now is focused on like the street fights or the football games and them something there, which a lot of people might not be focused on, they're not going to be able to showcase their talent, their skill.
The
So I hope it,
opportunity needs to be there, really and
yeah,
truly. Because
the
there are a lot of people
opportunity.
interested. It's just that a lot of people may not necessarily go into the hardcore side of competitive with certain games, the league and stuff.
Yeah.
If the opportunity or if the training is not there, a lot of people need
Incentive.
need an avenue. They need a platform
Mhm.
and they need a team behind them to help them get to the point where they can, be good enough not only to be, represent within Jamaica but also overseas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was our lovely discussion segment. I
Yes.
enjoyed this. Brenta, you need to come on more often, right?
Yes, you
So,
do.
how about y'all in the chat? So, what was your first game? Y'all need to let us know. Brenton, as me say, eh, yeah, man. You need to come on the show, man. You need to come show your face.
Listen, this is my first podcast. I to be honest, starting I was nervous as hell. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Crap, what we're gonna talk about, what it's going to be," but I, because we're talking about topics that I am comfortable with, it made me a little bit more comfortable and open a little bit more. Hence why I told you guys what happened to me, which I told you I don't tell a lot of people. No,
Mm-hmm.
the whole world know, so I can't say it anymore. Um,
Thank you for feeling comfortable with sharing that with us.
Yes.
We appreciate that. But Brenton, thank you
yeah.
so much for coming on. Please tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on YouTube and on TikTok at Noobie Player 121. That will be it.
All right,
And
and
we
I
will
will
be
put
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put even though you are one of our co-hosts for tonight and not the special guest, you are just as special, Brenton, and I'm gonna put your information in the description for people to check you out as well. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you
All
so much,
right.
Brenton. Have a great rest of the night.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys later.
See
Okay.
ya. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
All right.
That was
So
a nice
now,
discussion.
guys, it was so nice. Oh my God, so many great memories were brought up. Oh my God, I felt so nostalgic talking about a lot of those games. Wow. But now, since we've already said bye to our daddy gamer, guess what, guys? We're lucky enough to get an interview with one of the top dogs of the JEI themselves. They're very busy people and they're very hard to get in contact with, honestly. So I'm so glad that we were able to secure this interview right now.
Mhm.
The Jamaica Esports Initiative, or JEI, is the governing body of esports in Jamaica. It supports gamers, organizes competitive gaming events, and provides opportunities for Jamaican players to compete both locally and internationally. The JEI has collaborated extensively with schools, businesses, and government entities, all with the goal of establishing a thriving esports scene in Jamaica. So please join us in giving a big Yaadie anime experience welcome to the co-founder of the Jamaica Esports Initiative, Andrew Johnson, aka Anjupang.
Woo!
Woo! Let me drag him up in here. Hold on there. All right, Andrew, are you here?
I'm here. I'm here. What's up? Thanks for having me.
Welcome,
Hi.
welcome in. Hi, how are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm good.
I don't know why I'm crying, and I don't know what. Don't mind my face. Continue with the question.
You're crying. Why are you
So,
crying?
Don't mind my face. It's malfunctioning.
bueno. Well, welcome in, Andrew, to the Yaadie Anime Experience podcast. Would you like to give the audience a tiny introduction about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me. I'm Andrew, aka Anjupang, as you said before. I'm the co-founder of the Jamaica Esports Initiatives, and I also am an IT professional. I work for one of the biggest banks in Jamaica, and I've been doing esports for a very, very, very long time right now. Before it was called esports.
Yeah, I
Lovely.
didn't look at you. Amazing. So
Yeah.
what is the JEI for those who may not know?
Well, you did an intro earlier, and you pretty much hit the nail on the head. The Jamaica Esports Initiative is the governing body for esports in Jamaica. So we have a responsibility for developing esports athletes, and also promoting esports through events like the NESL that we had the other day at Summit.
Yes, and that was a lovely event as well. Well done to you and the team.
Thank you,
Um,
thank you.
what inspired the conception of the Jamaica Esports Initiative? What was the vision behind it?
Good question. The idea behind it is to elevate esports to be nationally recognized and respected. I was listening to a lot of your conversations earlier, and if you know, games were looked upon or frowned upon by parents. So we wanted to take esports to a place where it wouldn't be frowned upon. It would be seen as something that is worthwhile to get into, not only for children, but for also for parents or persons who want to actually be viewers or watch these types of things. But to achieve the vision, we spoke about the vision. There are certain things that we had to do. We had to promote the credibility or the legitimacy of esports.
Mhm.
So we work to like establish esports as a legitimate sport, so on par with traditional sports. So we set standards for that, and we host world class events. As you can see, the event was probably something that you wouldn't have seen from other gaming events. We try to make it world class. We try to open it up to many persons, not only to the gaming scene, but persons also from anime and other forms of entertainment. So we try to do that, and we want to advocate for the recognition of esports. Now, with they plan the inclusion of esports in future Olympic Games, that
Mhm.
really has helped us to push the legitimacy of esports in a massive way. So that has become a little bit easier because of that. And we also want to develop athletes, as I said before, develop persons with skills that benefit the community, like commentators, like TOs,
Ah,
and stuff
definitely.
like that.
There,
Yeah, we
there are many
want
gears that get the machine moving in esports.
exactly,
Mhm.
pretty much. And we want to just, provide a platform for everybody who is in the entertainment field. So persons who are in anime, because anime persons who are fans of anime also are usually fans of video games and also other forms of entertainment. So we want to kind of create a festival that encompasses all of that, so that if
Mm-hmm.
you have persons who aren't interested in video games who are interested in anime, they can still come to the event, and vice versa. So that's kind of what we're trying to do to promote it, and that's kind of what the vision is.
And I guess what you've said here kind of ties into the next question, in that it seems that the JEI's mission has evolved since its inception. First, it was,
Mhm.
convincing people on the legitimacy of video games as, as a viable career, as something to go into as an industry. And now it's pushing forward into, greater things, right?
Right,
So,
right, right.
yeah.
Yeah, right. And basically, it has evolved a bit, but when we just started the JEI, we basically had the idea that even though we're doing this and we want to do it in a big way, we know that we have to take baby steps. So, of course, we want to get to a point where everybody recognizes esports and it's a big thing. It's going to be in the Olympics and everything. But we know that we have to start somewhere. And I think including other parts of the industry, entertainment industry, like anime, entertainment, and other forms of entertainment, is the way to start. So, eventually, we'll get there.
Well, that
Okay,
happened.
that's
Sorry to
great.
cut you, Ming, but that
Mhm.
happens across the world. We see that with Worlds having their opening ceremony with different artists, cosplayers
Mhm.
being
Yeah.
involved in multiple gaming events. Everything is kind of intertwined. Ming, you had
Yeah,
something
yeah.
to say?
I was basically going to say the same thing. Like, because even in the anime community, we will see the gaming community taking a big part in it as well. I
Yeah,
feel like both of these communities have to work together so as to be cohesive in the whole community, because usually people who like anime will more than likely like gaming or have some type of interest in gaming, and people who like gaming will have some type of interest in anime. And even if there are people that have no interest in the other, it's always fun to have a variety of things at any festival that people can take part in and enjoy. So just
right.
because you don't like one thing doesn't mean that you can't like the other. So I always see it as it's important for us to work together so as to continue to build the community, to continue to make it bigger, better, so we can get on the heights of an anime as a Comic Con, or get on
Right,
the heights of a
right,
world for video gaming. That's where I
right.
want to see Jamaica in the next 10 years.
Yeah,
And I believe that we can do that.
a big part of the plan is to actually do something like that. So what we want to do is keep having bigger and better events. So eventually we're going to see persons from other countries showing an interest in our events and actually having them visit our events. So we won't only have locals who are taking part in the event. We won't only have locals who are taking part in the gaming. We won't only have locals who are taking part in the cosplay part of
Hmm.
it, but we might have persons from overseas doing that as well. So that's eventually where we see ourselves.
That is what we want to see, because we want to see international people come and enjoy the same way we would want to go to an international con and enjoy, because we have seen how great it is. We want people to see our conventions or our tournaments and be like,
Yeah,
oh my gosh, that looks like a fun, exciting place to be at. And it's in a tropical country. That's the
yeah,
perfect vacation spot. It's just like you're hitting two birds with one stone. Vacation, and I get to go to an awesome tournament, or I get go to an awesome convention. It's like, why would I not do that? That's on my vacation list.
yeah,
You
definitely,
know,
definitely. Yeah.
that's what
I
we wanted.
One of the things I notice when I go overseas, when I go to on trips overseas, a lot of persons want to come to Jamaica. Like, you said the Caribbean, yeah, the Caribbean is nice, but a lot of people really want to come to Jamaica over all the other countries in the Caribbean. So it is a spot that is really prime. People really want to come to here. So if we have events, good events, I'm sure we'll be able to pull that type of crowd.
Of
Well,
course.
certainly talking about, foreign players getting involved or foreign entities getting involved in events as well. I think it is super important for us to, as you are doing the work as the organization, to establish a foundation to get ourselves get our ducks in a row to be able to fully host and also be on par, or even
Yeah.
be able to have a proper competition against in a sportsmanlike way with other entities and also esports teams. With that being said, how have you seen the esports community in Jamaica grow over the years?
Hmm.
Um, well, to be honest, the esports community has always existed
Mm-hmm.
over the years, and there have always been a lot of persons who have been involved in the community, but it hasn't been organized to the level where it's organized now. We used to see a
Hmm.
lot of tournaments being held, but they weren't on the scale as NESL or other tournaments that we've hosted. So people have always been interested in it, and I think there's always been a healthy interest. It's just that one of the mandates that we have is to organize it in such a way that all the gamers have a certain event to look forward to, and a high quality event. So I do think it's growing, but I always thought that the interest was always there before. It's just that a lot of people didn't have many tournaments to go to, or many
Mm-hmm.
tournaments that they would look
Hmm.
forward to going to, because a lot of our events that we're having now, there are persons who come from all parts of the country. People coming from Mobe, people coming from Mandeville,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
St. Elizabeth. So, you have a lot of people who play games and are gaming in these parishes who have not left the parish to go to a tournament. So we're seeing a lot of that now. So even though it seems like it might be getting bigger, it was always big. It's just more organized now, especially with the JEI involved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as you were talking about NESL that happened earlier last week,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
want you to give us more information about how the event was, especially for people who weren't able to attend
Mm-hmm.
the last event. Tell us how
Mhm.
it was. What Give us a little taste of it. What
Well,
did people
actually,
miss out on?
people missed out on a lot. There was yeah, there was extremely good entertainment in terms of the games that were on show. We had
Mhm.
5 games. People were competing in those 5 games. We had over 80 competitors who took part in Street Fighter 6, Mortal Kombat 1. We had Tekken 8, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, EA Sports
Mhm.
FC 24, and even with all those different types of games, because all those games are very popular in and of themselves. So
Mhm.
saying those names, there are a lot of persons who are EA Sports FC or AKA FIFA fans. A lot of people who are Smash Brothers fans, Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. So they would have missed those games. And in
Mhm.
addition to the games, they would have missed the entertainment that was there. We know Valkyries of Arcade were there. We know JCC was there. We know other cosplayers were there. We know we had giveaways, prizes, and giveaways being given not only to the gamers who were taking part in the games, but persons who were there just to watch were able to take part in some of the activities and win prizes. Also, there were prizes being given away by the vendors, by also the sponsors that were there, and interviews. So it was a lot going on. If you weren't there, you really missed out on a lot on that day.
Yeah, man.
But just
Shout out to
mm,
the Candy Crew and the
Yeah,
pizza.
yeah.
Yo,
Yes,
y'all
yes,
did
yes.
yes, there were
that.
so much giveaways, man,
LOL
and
and
we
Pizza Hut.
enjoyed that. So
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sure if you miss this, the NESL3, make sure you don't miss the fourth rendition, all right? Or the next tournament that is coming around.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't
yeah.
know when that will be,
Well,
but
we're making it an annual thing, so we're definitely looking to have at least 3 offline events. One of them is going to be a school event, but most definitely 2 major events are going to be happening next year as well, usually around summer and closer to the end of the year. So we'll definitely have that, so you can look forward to that.
great. Look at you guys getting insider information. Oh my gosh, that's what the Yaadie anime experience is about. Insider.
That is it. That is it.
Yeah, and we touched on this next question earlier, but since we have, a represent you as a representative of the JEI here, this is a good time to delve into it. You know, it was announced that, Jamaica or has official or esports is officially recognized as a part of the Olympics
Yes,
coming up,
yes,
right?
yes, yes.
What does the future of esports in Jamaica look like now with this being the case, and how do you see this impacting the community?
Good question. The future looks very, very bright. Before it was always a hard sell. Whenever you're looking for sponsors to sponsor these types of events, sponsors always look for value. You know, what is the value to me? Is it that everybody is going to be involved in esports now? How many people like esports? Some of them even don't even know what esports is. So with these types of announcement that in future Olympic Games we're going to have esports, that is something that sponsors will hear and will notice and will definitely use that to start supporting esports. And of course, because we're looking to not only support esports, but we're also looking to do the trifecta. We don't want to just support esports. We want to actually support anime, and we want to support other forms of entertainment as well. So once we have that as a package and we have sponsors jumping on board where esports is concerned, then everybody benefits. So in terms of how it looks, the future looks very bright right now. You know, parents when parents tell you, "Oh, it's a waste of time to play games or a waste of time to be involved in
Can't say it
esports,"
anymore.
it's you can't say it anymore. You know,
You
you
can
actually have an
actually have a
outlet.
future. Yes,
Exactly.
you
And
have
you
a
have a lot
future.
of persons who are sportsmen and they can play sports well, but you have a lot of kids who can't, you know, and they're very
Hmm.
good at video games, and this is an outlet for them. And it's not
Yeah.
only persons who play, you can have commentators as well, you can have
Hmm.
tournament organizers. So we're trying to make it a big package so that everybody can feel like they're a part of it, and then the
Hmm.
sponsors will more likely want to sponsor an event like that in
And
the
get
future.
more into it.
Yeah.
So we had actually talked about this next question a little earlier on about the different types of games we want to see in the tournament sphere. So tell us more. What games would you likely
Mhm.
be featured in our Olympic lineup, though?
All right, so that's a very tricky one. So
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
nothing has been cast in stone as yet. However,
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you where the IOC is leaning towards. So, as you know, video games are created by publishers and companies who are private and they own the video games themselves. So, for
Hmm.
instance, Super Smash Brothers is owned by Nintendo, and that's an IP that Nintendo owns. So, if it is that the IOC wants to have, just for example, Super Smash Brothers as an Olympic title, they would have to pay over some sort of royalties
Yep.
to Nintendo. So the IOC is actually trying to steer away from that. So what they're looking to do is actually create their own games and create games that
Oh.
reflect certain disciplines. So for
Okay.
Oh.
instance, if you have taekwondo in the Olympics or football, they might create a football game for
Oh.
themselves, yes, and then the countries who would normally take part in real football would also take part in version of football. But it hasn't been finalized yet, so we are not sure. But those are the types of conversations that they're having now. So we might see the same publishers who publish games that we know and love right now publishing or creating the new games for the IOC for countries to take part in. But it just depends on how those, the finalization of those conversations. But that's where it looks to be going. Of course, I'm a fan of video games and a fan of games that are out now, so I'd love to see those games there. But the
The big
reality
screen,
is,
right?
yeah. But the reality is that they're kind of steering away from that. So we just have to play a wait and see game to see what type of games they introduce in the Olympics.
What I do recall with the first invitational Olympic esports event that they had, I saw that they focused mostly on active games because, the Olympics is all about, well, athletics and stuff like that, right? So they had the taekwondo, they had a couple things. They also had Just Dance, right? Which
Yes.
also has its legacy of competitive scenes over the years as well. So maybe we'll see titles from that. We'll have to
Maybe.
see.
Maybe,
Where
maybe.
where the foot is on my end, right?
Yes,
But
of
I'm
course.
hoping,
With a few Just Dance titles, of course.
of course, right? I'm
Well, just
hoping
casually.
to
Just
see
casually.
Casual, yeah.
the return of Just Dance for the Esports Olympics when they have, the wider selection. And of course, hopefully titles that hopefully IPs won't be too, I hope these publishers will be nice enough to bring some of the classics into it as well. Because I see the value
Yeah,
and I see the point in the Olympics creating new games for the purposes of the Olympics. But I also believe in the value of having classic competitive games in the lineup. I think it would at least pay homage to the history of video games in the competitive scene. There is value in that,
totally agree with you there.
Yeah. So, what advice would you give to young Jamaicans who are passionate about esports and want to pursue it seriously?
Oh, well, very good questions. One piece of advice that I would give is not to give up. You need to persevere. There are a lot of persons who have been, and it's not just esports, but specifically for esports, I would say that if you love esports, there are some times that you might feel as if your love for esports is not going to take you very far because where you are right now are maybe not where you want to be. But once you persevere, once you continue doing what you love, I can tell you that esports is going to be around for a very long time. And with a body like the Jamaica Esports Initiative, esports is going to continue to grow. So if you stick to it, you keep practicing, you keep doing what you're doing, whether it is playing the game, whether it's being a commentator, whether it's streaming, whether it's being a casual, whatever it is that you do, continue doing it. And I'm sure that there's going to be a space for you in the gaming sphere in the future, especially in Jamaica, where we're looking to push gaming towards right now.
That is great. I love to hear that.
Love the forward movement and the progress in this
We love
realm
that.
for sure.
And lastly, but most importantly, how long have you been an anime fan, and what is your favorite anime? It's a
It's
tradition.
the
now we
Yaadie
have to
anime
do.
experience, as much as
We
this is the
got-
gaming episode, it's
It's
mandatory.
still
We
the
gotta ask the
anime
question.
experience. Yup.
This is you guys are setting me up. This is a very controversial question. The greatest anime ever is One Piece.
She definitely likes that answer. Could tell you that.
One Piece is the greatest.
Because he has taste. He has taste.
This is
I
the
do,
queen
I
of
do,
One
I do.
Piece right here now. So she
Really?
is very much all up on this answer right
Ming
here.
is also my favorite. Ming has always been my favorite. But seriously, there are a lot of anime that I love, and you have OG anime like Dragon Ball and other OG anime that has been even before that really set the standard for other animes to come.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I think favorite anime is One Piece. You have a lot of top anime out there: Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, Naruto, the works. You have a lot, but I'd say my favorite right now is One Piece.
Lovely. Lovely. I must say, I enjoyed this interview with you, Andrew. I love the insights on the local gaming industry from you who are a part of the industry, right?
Yeah.
We love to hear it. We love to see the progress. We love, the forward movement. So thank you so much for being on the show tonight.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Neko and Ming, for having me. It's
Thank
good
you
to
so
have
much for
that
coming
convo again.
on.
Yeah, man, no
Thank you so
problem.
much. All right. Thank you so much for coming on. Hope you have a great rest of the night.
You're
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Can I tell you I love
Okay.
doing this show?
I
Not gonna lie.
know.
Not
It's
gonna
such a
lie.
great
It is
time.
such
I
a
love it.
fun show.
It is.
It's a
Can
fun
you imagine?
show.
This is our how much episode? Fifth? This is our fifth episode?
Four?
Fourth?
Four. Yeah, four. I think. Anyways, it's the number is there. The point is we've been doing this and every episode has been fun.
It has. It has. And I am so glad that we've been continuing to do this. And I hope to see you guys for the next one. But before we're not closing off yet, we know we are very, very short on time. But we know we can't leave you guys without doing the call-in segment.
Yeah.
And we know that you guys are all full of strong opinions. As you know, I am very much one of the persons with the biggest opinions. So y'all know we're in this together. It's time for your favorite segment where you can call in and give us your views of your anime opinion. So it is time. If you're not a part of our Discord server, Neko will be putting the link for the Discord server in the YouTube chat, so you can go over into our YouTube stream and you can get the link to the Discord channel. 1 second, let me copy the link and give to Neko.
Yes, please. I almost forgot that I had to do that. Oh my.
Right, there you go. That's the link.
Donde? Where
Um,
did you put it? Oh yeah. Okay, I see
put
now.
it
I see
in-
now. I see now.
Mhm.
So, I see there are some enthusiastic folks ready to jump in this calling segment. So, I'm gonna give you a breakdown on how it works in a moment. I'm just gonna pin this into the chat. Hey. All right. So, if for those on TikTok who want to come in for the call-in segment, I need to give the topic and all of that first. You can hold your enthusiasm for a second, right? This is the topic of the day for our call-in segments. Usually it's anime related, but since this is the gaming episode, we're going to go in a different direction for the topic. Now, how the call-in segment works, you get a topic and you say in 1, 2, 3 points or less, convince us, or at least let us know, in your opinion, what is the most underrated video game as of 2024, and why do you think it or another game should be added to the Olympic Esports lineup? Okay? Once again, what do you think is the most underrated video game as of 2024? And also, why do you think it or another game should be added to the Olympic Esports lineup?
Cool. All right, before we get the first person in, because I realize that this time we have some people already ready and waiting.
Right.
Neko, you already was started to give your answer, so I'm going to give you the floor. Tell it to us. What is your opinion? I want to
Right.
hear.
Yes, before we let our lovely guests get our call-in persons get on, we are going to give our opinion on this. I mentioned this earlier. In terms of the most underrated video game in 2024, I'm kind of just going to segue into the second part of the question, right? I'm going to segue to the second part. I will say, what game should be added to the Olympic esports lineup? Which I think is almost confirmed because it was done for the initial invitational. Just Dance. Just Dance, right?
I knew that. I knew.
And I'm
that.
not just saying this to be biased, right? Because, I mean, Just Dance, it in Jamaica, in the context of our culture, right? Dance is a part of our culture, right? Music and that type of entertainment is a part of our culture, right? So,
right.
apart from my own love for Just Dance and my affiliations, and also my Ubisoft creator partnership, you know, right? Right.
And your casual trophies.
Right.
Casual trophies. Yeah,
I genuinely believe that Just Dance is a good addition to the Olympic esports lineup. It already had a competitive scene worldwide that was going on for years. That had a co-ed audience. It wasn't just women in the game or playing competitively. It was women and men. Especially the scene in South America was huge. The scene, or still is actually, North America as well. Like, Just Dance might be considered a party game. It might be considered an active game, a workout game. But it has had a healthy, strong, competitive scene for many years. And having done a Just Dance tournaments myself as well, I would be super excited to see it officially announced for the worldwide. You know, the first one was an invitational, and now once the final lineup for the next staging of the Esports Olympics comes out, I'm looking forward to it. And all I gotta say, when the announcement comes out, I want Jamaica to be ready. First of all, me and my crew are going to be ready. We been ready. We got it. When the opportunity calls, we be there. But I would.
The training has already been happening.
The training arc happened already. We're in the hyperbolic time chamber a long time, right?
Oh my God!
But
get on your level.
What I will say though, I would love to see more people, you know, get into the idea of representing for Jamaica at this level. Not just for Just Dance, but for various games as well. This is a new avenue. Jamaica is known for track and field and known for in many other sports as well. So I think it is our duty
to be known for dancing.
To be known to take over as Caribbean people, to take over the Just Dance scene in the esports territory. We can't have other, we can't be out here with all of the trends and everything, and we're not in the thing. Everybody know Jamaican dances, everybody know Jamaican music. Jamaican music is in Just Dance too. You know, yeah, we need to step up, man. We need to get with the program.
We need to live up to the hype that we have created.
We gotta do this, right? So that's what I think. You know, that's what I think. We need to make sure we're prepared for whatever game comes up. Not just Dance, for whatever game comes up. I would love to see just a full Jamaican delegation heading to the Esports Olympics. That's my answer.
And I think I knew you would answer this, but I'm glad you explained it. I love that answer, actually, I really do. My answer to this is null and void. I have no answer. Quite honestly, I don't have an answer.
Okay.
So I am
underrated
not going
game?
to
Underrated game?
For 2024? No,
sure.
not really.
Okay, but what about in general? What do you think for you personally? What do you think? What video game to you is like you think is underrated?
Okay. A game that I think is underrated right now is actually Overwatch. The reason I say is Overwatch is because the popularity that Overwatch used to have, it doesn't have now, and I understand why. I really do. It's because of the greediness of the freaking company that keeps it feels like it keeps sucking the fun out of the game. I understand, I truly do, but I still think that it's such a fun game that I feel like more and more people are steering away from it, and you know, they're not taking up the game and not playing it as much. I just feel like the more as it continues to happen, the game is just gonna die, and I don't want the game to die. I just got into the game, bro. Having fun with the game now. Yes, because honestly, I didn't play Overwatch 1. I honestly did not get an opportunity to play Overwatch when it
I
just
heard
came
about
out.
it as well. I just didn't get into it.
Yeah, I just didn't get into it. So my only experience with Overwatch has been Overwatch 2, which has been when a lot of the changes has happened and a lot of the negativity has been around it. But even with all of the negativity around it, I still find it to be a very fun game to play. I still enjoy it a lot. So to me, that is my underrated game, because the other games that I have played, they're not underrated at all. People love those games. Dead by Daylight, It Takes Two, all of the games that I've played, people have really enjoyed. Oh, actually, I do have an underrated game. I do.
Okay.
It's a scary game.
Okay.
It's a scary game. It's called In Sound Mind. It was a free game that I got on the Epic Play Store. I had no idea what I was going into. I just knew it was a scary game. It was a horror game that was based on the psychological mind, the based around people's psychological headspace. So what the main character is a therapist, and we're going, and like we're in this post-apocalyptic world, like in a like someone's mind or whatever, where we're going through his patient's traumas, and we have to deal with it. So throughout the game, you have to figure out what the patient's trauma was and like come to terms with that patient's trauma. It was such an interesting game, and it was so scary. It was a puzzle game, it was a horror game, and it was a psychological game. And I love psychological stuff. It was actually very fun, very frightening. So if you ever get a chance to play it in Sound Mind, you really should. It was a very fun game. It was a very scary game. It should have a second part. I have no idea when it's coming out. When it does come out, I will play that. That I actually think is a underrated game. I have never heard anyone talk about that game ever.
I will add that to my list then, because I haven't heard about it either. But I usually have an interest in horror games I usually have an interest in watching other people play horror games. Let me make that distinction, right? So I might check out some gameplay for that. I realized though that we did not follow our own rules. It was supposed to be 3 points or less.
Oh shit! Anyways, you guys, other people need to follow our rules. Other people need to follow our rules. Okay.
Oh gosh.
So we are going to bring Triforce in right now. So Triforce is in. Choco Cat, come back! Don't bring Triforce in. All right, ready. Hello, Triforce.
3 points or less.
3 points or less, and
no say a chat nothing now, but.
In your opinion, what is the most underrated video game as of 2024, and why do you think it should be added to our Olympic esports lineup?
Either that game, or what do you think in general should be added to the Olympic esports lineup?
3 points or less.
You're muted if you're speaking, by the way. There we go. You there? I see you unmute.
Yes,
okay, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah. The reason why I said, okay, there it is. You guys were feeding back, so I wanted to make sure I muted.
Okay,
I have
problem.
you going on the thing. So the 3 major points, obviously, in my observation in Jamaica throughout the, I guess I would say 10 years, it would have to be Just Dance. But for different reasons from what Neko was saying. So these 3 pointers are the major reasons why I believe it should be Just Dance. The first point is this, is that Just Dance has been in esports, pushed by its own company for years now. They've had the Just Dance World Championships, I think about 3 times already. The last one was in France until lockdown came out, and then it got, I don't know if they brought it back, but it has already seen global esports. We're talking about $1 million payout and all of that stuff. People would fly to France and they have their competition there, and it's unisex. It's universal in terms of society. Everyone dances. Everyone loves music. The second point is because of Just Dance involvement in Jamaica competitively. A lot of people may think that of recent they've seen Just Dance just now in Jamaica, but that's not the case. Just Dance has been around in Jamaica since its initial launch for its national competition at Cyberbox in 2015.
Ah, yes, I
When
did mention the whole thing with Cyberbox.
with what was CDM and hype, what was it? Hype TV covered the actual championships and everything. So want to give her shout outs to Empress now because she won it. She was like Jamaica's first national Just Dance championship. And that would also go on. That wasn't where it ended. Digicel's been involved with the Just Dance competitions. A couple of the big gaming centers such as VR World.
Mm-hmm.
That's Silver Neko won her championships. And Just Dance has been a part of AnimeCom Fest. Let's not sit here and act like Just Dance hasn't been a main stage stay for AnimeCom Fest. So it has transcended in Jamaica's actual culture from pop culture to the competitive scene. And finally, well, this is just a repeat of what Neko said. Dancing, there are three major cultures in Jamaica from a cultural standpoint. Guns,
Blood, blood, blood.
as a part of the culture, and I'm not talking about the use of guns. I'm talking about how gun play is it evolved, a part of like the music.
Okay, fair enough.
Like when if you score a goal in the FIFA World Championships in real life, not the actual video games, people going blah 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 blah. So
Okay.
that's what I mean. I don't mean like gangster play.
Whoa.
Okay, we needed the clarification, even though I think I understood, but yeah.
I make a distinction for your guests so that they don't say that. But
Yo, me didn't need the distinction to come. I was like, blood? Wait.
Hey, yo.
Okay.
one culture, generally speaking, football and dancing. And since football, you have the reggae boys and well, football is a world culture, so no one can claim it. That's already established here in Jamaica. Gun culture, well, unfortunately, there's a positive side to it and a negative side to it, so we can't really focus on that. So the only clean thing we can focus on is dancing and music, which is dance hall. And I know I've heard Neko and Niall have conversations about they need to put more dance hall music into Just Dance. And who better to then lead that, especially for the Caribbean, than Jamaica? And when you look at Jamaica, when you look at Just Dance in the Caribbean, guess what country is the foremost leader in terms of pushing it into the culture? Jamaica. So those are my 3 points as to why I believe Just Dance is that game.
Thank you for keeping it to 3 points. Look at you. Good job. Yay.
You did that, Trevor. You did that. I'm going to continue to trouble you about that, but yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. So now we're going to bring in our next guest. But thank you, Triforce, for coming in
Thank you for your
and
input.
giving your inputs. All righty. So the next person we'll be bringing in is Choco Cat. Okay, bringing her now. Hello, beautiful lady.
Darling, hi.
Cat.
Hello.
Hello, beautiful lady. Hi.
Welcome.
So your question is, in your opinion, what is the most underrated video game as of 2024, and why do you think it should be added to our Olympic esports lineup?
Whether it's that game or another one.
I'm just gonna bring up a platform game first, which is Rivals of Ether.
Oh.
Yeah, it recently came out, but I'm seeing that there are a good amount of persons actually starting to play it here. But it's not I would say it's a growing population in Jamaica, but I feel like it would be a very intense and really nice game to add on. Otherwise, my second game, Petula, my sister brought up, but then I was like, okay, she brought up Overcooked.
Oh. Oh my
But
goodness.
I kind
Okay.
of see her point. But yeah, because of the teamwork and all that type of stuff
Okay.
and the timing. But I don't really have a point for the overcooked part, but I have a point for the rivals. But yeah, I would like to see that one because it's just like Smash, but
Oh.
just like different characters and different abilities and stuff. So yeah.
I'm gonna have to take a look at that one because I've heard of it, but me personally, I
Yeah.
haven't like fully checked it out. So I'm gonna definitely see how that looks because I
it's pretty
like
fun,
platformers.
It's pretty fun. Um, I'm surprised Guilty Gear has not been added on to this day. I don't know because I see it is huge in like the esports community.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if like that could be added. But I heard it's like very difficult compared to other fighting games.
Guilty Gear. I think the combos are harder to do.
Yeah, that's probably why.
It could be the whole IP thing as well that Andrew was talking about.
I mean, popularity. The reason why it's not that popular in Jamaica.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not
so probably
because doesn't Guilty Gear has a more anime type look as well?
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, true.
And honestly, a lot of the fighting games that I see that are very popular in Jamaica don't have the anime style.
It's like a
if
more
you get what I mean.
Western, more
Yeah,
realistic style.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's very much more gore intense.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Hashtag
That
Mortal
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was saying probably if we're aiming for more, I guess Jamaican, probably just Apex. I don't know if it is actually added already.
No,
But-
it is not.
It's
You
not,
know,
but
that's
I think it's a good addition for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
And it's
actually
extremely
many
competitive.
Jamaican-
That's Sweat Central.
Many
sweaty.
Jamaicans are playing Apex actually.
Yeah, I'm actually
Mhm.
surprised that no one was really talking about Apex. I actually just forgot.
I forgot
just
as well. I
forgot.
used to be into Apex Mobile when that was alive.
Mhm.
I stepped into the PC realm briefly, but when you have to make sure you get your foundation set first because as soon as I touched down, I died.
Mhm.
So because it was early in my shooting game PC life, so it was better for me to get used to shooting games on PC first before touching Apex, because Apex is like, for lack of better terms, the apex of those types of shooting games. Right? So, that is definitely a very good choice to add. If we were to add a shooter, and we didn't
Yeah.
want a wartime realistic shooter, and that didn't necessarily go in the realms of Fortnite either. So instead of having two completely opposite sides of the spectrum, I think Apex is a good middle ground. You know?
Yeah. Like even though I love Fortnite, it would be harder, I guess, to get more well, I think it would be easy for everybody, but the thing is like on a competitive scene, I guess a lot of persons would have more complaints probably.
Yeah.
In regards of the building and all that stuff,
I would suggest no build personally, but
Honestly, no build.
No
Fortnite
build.
with building is just trash. I'm so sorry. Fortnite with building is trash. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh boy.
My brothers actually love that part, but I still cannot do it.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, that's what I have to say. So I'm gonna disappear now.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
participating,
for your
Kat.
input. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
guys.
Peace. Of course, I would like to say welcome into everybody. I know we haven't been interacting a whole lot with the chat today because this discussion has been so interesting. But thank you to everybody that's been saying hi in the chat, interacting and stuff.
We appreciate it so much. And even though we haven't been able to comment on each and every one of your comments, when we have been able to, we have, and we do see the conversations happening in chat, and we're really happy about all of that. But now, I think that was all of our call-ins for the night, and it has gotten pretty late, honestly. This is one of our longest episodes. I wonder why.
I wonder why. Oh wow. Well, yeah, we hit the 2-hour mark. We are over the 2-hour mark. We've hit
We
2
are
hours
over.
before, but not often. So yeah, man.
Not often. This is one of our longer episodes. It's one of our longer ones. But I think it is time that we say goodbye.
Yes, that's all the time we have for today's episode of the Yaadie. anime experience. We are so
Yeah.
glad though that you guys are able to tune in. So I'm your host, as per usual, Silver Neko.
And I'm Jaming. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at AnimeCom Fest, YouTube at AnimeCom Festival to stay up to date on what's happening in the Jamaica anime gaming and pop culture space. See you guys on the next episode. Have an awesome night, guys. And remember, keep up to date because we will be having a giveaway. We did not have one this week,
Mm-hmm.
but we will be having one the next time we have the show. So make sure you guys are up to date so you can get a chance to win one of the goodies.
Yep, and as per usual, for those on TikTok, just know that this is multi-stream to YouTube. So if you wanted to see a particular part of the episode and you missed it, the VOD will be available on YouTube and have chapters as well in the description for you to skip to your favorite segment of the podcast. Are you interested in the first discussion, the news segments, the interview, the call-ins? It's up to you. You can select your favorite part of today's show. And with that being said, since I am running tech as per usual, I'm going to close off. So here we go with me deafening our lovely host here.
Bye.
Oh wow. Boy, now I'm deafening too early. Anyways, alright guys, we're signing off on today's episode of the Yaadie Anime Experience. The gaming was the topic, alright? And signing off.